Welcome to Ties Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is December. If I could flip this thing over. Ow, that's hurt my fingers. Today is December the 16th, 2025. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. We finally found out who's under the mask. And we heard that Rhea Ripley and Io Sky will be versing the Complicated Warriors on the anniversary show of Raw being on Netflix on January 5th. It will be Io and Rhea Ripley versus the Kabuki Warriors for the tag team titles. What else we have? We heard that JD is injured. He will be on the shelf for a couple months, I guess. I need to try to wipe my camera. You will see a little face. My camera looked weird. Alright, kind of better. We heard that JD is injured. Finn Balor wasn't on Raw because he was in the hospital with him. We heard that JD will be on the show. They gave us an update about LA Knight for story that he's going to be gone indefinitely. So it's going to be a while we see LA Knight back in the WWE. So, ladies and gentlemen, we heard from Gunther. And all he does, everybody's just booing him out of the building. He was loving it. He was loving it. He was being, trying to celebrate. And he loves getting booed at. He jumped on the announcer's table and tried to rowdy the fans. And he says that he beat John Cena. Cena gave up like the B word. He gave up a B word. And he was happy about it. He did what he said he would do and make him tap. Technically, Gunther didn't make him tap. Cena laughed at him and he tapped. He smiled and he tapped. So technically, Gunther did not make him tap belts. Cena saying, this doesn't hurt, so let's tap out. So yeah, Gunther, you didn't do anything. If you actually watched what happened, you will see that you did nothing. You did absolutely nothing to win this match. Cena let you win. We heard that Javon Evans will be in action next week against one of the Americanos. I don't know which one it is. There's too many of them. There's 3 of them. I know El Grande and Bravo. What's the other one's name? Rio? Rio? I think it's Rio. Isn't it Rio? 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 I don't know. One of those. What? I know it's not Bravo. I don't think it's Bravo. I think it was the other one. I thought we were going to see Leon Sayer on Raw, man. I was gonna go nuts for that. That he goes on Raw. He shows up on a Raw. But no, Javon Evans is going to have a one-on-one match with one of the El Grandes people that I don't know which one it is. I think it's Rio, isn't it? I think his name is Rio. Or Rio. I don't know. Something with R, I think. And then we heard from CM Punk. He's pissed. He's angry. Because what happened to him and at War Games. And this mystery guy, making him lose. And he has to hear Braun Breaker talk the last couple weeks. And he made fun of Braun Breaker's family. He called his father and his uncle dumb. Rick and Scott Steiner called him dumb. And all that stuff. He says he's going to take a whiz on his IQ. Because you talk about AJ Lee. He says he's going to rip his eyeballs out and pee on his IQ. I don't know if I'm allowed saying all that, but yeah. He said all that. He says you want the 2011 CM Punk. He says you can't handle the 2025 CM Punk. But will he give him the 2011 CM Punk? We got... What else we have? I don't remember what else we have. We're supposed to have Io Sky and Rhea Ripley say something But they got attacked by Asuka. Asuka was in the audience. Rhea was going to like high five one of the fans. She looked and she got poison mist by Asuka when she was behind the barricade. And then Io got attacked by Kairi Sane. They were just destroying them. And we heard that it's official next week. It will be Asuka versus Rhea Ripley because she told Adam, "I want Asuka." He said, "How about next week?" She said, "Sure." And he said, "It's official." Adam Pearce told Paul Heyman he wants to know who's under the mask. Paul Heyman doesn't know who it is. He named some guys. He said Seth Rollins. He even said Bruno Sammartino. The late past Bruno Sammartino. But he says he doesn't know who's under the mask. But he doesn't really care who's under the mask because that mask man is helping the Vision out. So he doesn't care about that. But Adam Pearce told Paul Heyman he wants to know who's under the mask at the end of the night. And we found out who it is. I seen on social media the whole thing between Nick Aldis and Drew McIntyre trying to make an agreement of that Drew McIntyre could come back to the WWE. Nick Aldis did give Drew McIntyre an opportunity, an offer. He says you could get a title shot against Cody Rhodes, but all he wants, all that Nick Aldis wants, is a public apology to the referee that Drew McIntyre claymore, because that's what you need. And he said there's going to be a fine. Drew McIntyre said no. He says, because I keep getting screwed. So he had his own offer. He says, I get my title match and I pick my stipulation. Nick Aldis says, sure. And then Drew McIntyre says, we need to sign a contract. And the contract says that Cody Rhodes cannot touch me before the championship match. But if he does, he gets stripped of the title. And he wants to know how fast can we sign this contract. But Nick told him, I had to talk to Cody, I need to talk to the lawyers and all that stuff. And then Drew McIntyre got a notification on his camera, his ring camera. And it was Cody Rhodes in the front lawn of Drew McIntyre's house. And Drew is not happy about it. Nick Aldis went out. He told Drew, I will handle this. He went outside and asked Cody Rhodes, what are you doing? You're ruining it and all that stuff. And Drew McIntyre comes out. And then we just had a brawl at Drew McIntyre's lawn. They broke a nutcracker Christmas decoration on the lawn. Cody Rhodes throws a cup into a pond. Oh, man, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. But will we see this championship match? Will this end this rivalry? We have no idea. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the matches. We have the Usos versus the New Day. The Usos are back in the tag team division. And they're facing the New Day. Pretty decent tag team match. I enjoyed it. Every time these guys are in a tag team match, it's always a classic. These guys are good. Grayson Waller tried to get involved. He got kicked out because the referee saw him. He got kicked out. But it was a classic tag team match. But the winner of that match was the Usos. Oh, I didn't tell you guys more about the Gunther thing. Gunther every time he was trying to walk away, he runs back to the ring. He gloated. And then he called Cena the B word again. He said I made him tap out again. Made him a bitch. I think I said it. Am I allowed saying that? I don't know if I'm allowed. It slipped out of my mouth. I'm sorry. But yeah, he called him that. He called him the B word. It's YouTube. I don't know if I could get in trouble for it. I'm not monetized yet, so I don't know if they really care about my videos because it's not monetized. I'm not getting money for it, so will they care if I say that word? I can't bleep it out. I don't know how to do that on a cell phone. Okay, I'm doing this video on my phone. I don't know how to do that. So I'm gonna leave it in there. If I get a flag, I will get an email saying I got flagged. What can I say? But ladies and gentlemen, yeah, and then Gunther went into the backstage, and he had Otis has something to say. Akira Tozawa gave him some look. Otis has something to say. Adam Pearce has something to say. Adam Pearce called him an a-hole, and he says, "You're done for now. You're done now. So get out of here." He says, "Find your way. Find the exit." So Gunther walks outside to his car, and there's AJ Styles leaning on Gunther's car and looking at Gunther. He didn't say anything, but we all know Gunther is disrespecting John Cena. But AJ just told him, "Go in your car." And Gunther has to make it worse because he rolled down his window and he told AJ Styles, "You can't see me." That's a disgrace, man. But Otis looks like he wants a piece of Gunther. Because he had an interview with Byron Saxton on the commercial break, he's not happy. He's not happy what Gunther did. But ladies and gentlemen, we have our Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Maxine Dupree versus Ivy Nile. It was an okay match. I wasn't really a big fan of it. I've never been a big fan of Ivy Nile. I know you guys might know. Why? Not a big fan of Ivy Nile. Not a big fan. I like Maxine Dupree and how she's getting better. But Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile, I didn't really care for it because Ivy Nile doesn't really impress me. Yeah, some of you guys might hate it, but she doesn't. But the winner of that match, and still the Women's Intercontinental Champion, was Maxine Dupree. We have Stephanie McCurry defends her Women's World Title against Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel told Roxanne and Liv Morgan that she wants to do this by herself. And she did. It was a pretty decent match. But the winner of that match was nobody because Nikki Bella attacked both ladies, Stephanie and Raquel, and she told Jackie that she's really tired of these young ladies. That the women's division pap that she made a Divas pap. Okay, you didn't do the women's. You left when they did the women's at WrestleMania 32 when they introduced the very first women's championship, the Raw Women's Championship, but they call it the WWE Women's Championship. Back then, when they first started the whole thing. So how in the world you say you did that for the women's division, that you paved the way when you didn't do that? Because you weren't there at WrestleMania 32. Hello? I think she had her last match on WrestleMania 31, didn't she? I don't know. But yeah, she says she's tired of that, and she's putting Stephanie McCurry and Raquel on notice. We have Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio in our main event. Pretty decent match. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Logan Paul. Logan Paul tried to use the brass knucks. Rey did a 619 and the brass knucks slipped out of Logan Paul's hand. And it looked like Rey was about to use it, but he stick his head out of the rope where the apron is, and the masked man curb stomps Rey Mysterio's head into the apron. But the masked man did not run this time. He was staying. Every time he attacks, he runs. But he didn't run this time. And Logan Paul gets the win, and he had to stare down with this masked man. And then CM Punk came out with a steel chair, throws his world title in the ring, and made Logan Paul and Austin Theory run. Austin Theory went up to the stairs. Oh, I just messed it up. I just told you who it is. They showed the masked man unmasked itself, and it was Austin Theory. I already messed that up. My bad. It was Austin Theory in the mask, and ladies and gentlemen, he has a new look. He's shaved head, and yeah, now he's the masked man. I already knew it was him. Everybody just keeps saying no. Roman Reigns, Chris Jericho, whole bunch of interesting names, but I already knew it was Austin Theory all along. Because when somebody puts a rumor on the social media, it's always right. Because when they said Bray Wyatt makes his return, he made his return. People say CM Punk is going to be back in the WWE. He came back in the WWE. People say AJ Lee will come back. She comes back. So I think now we need to listen to the rumors. We actually have to trust these rumors, see if they're right. Because remember, sometimes the rumors, and they do come true, but it doesn't go like that. The rumors doesn't tell us when they're coming back. It could be months. It could be a year. It could be a couple weeks. But the rumors always is true. And ladies and gentlemen, Braun Breaker attacked CM Punk when CM Punk found out it was Austin Theory. Braun Breaker speared CM Punk. And he says, yes, the World Heavyweight title is just business. But when you talk about my family, you're not going to be able to stand up ever again. This match at January 5th is getting personal between CM Punk and Braun Breaker. Because they're talking about each other's families. And that's not good. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'm sorry that I said the B word. It slipped out. It slipped out. I've seen a lot of people say it on YouTube, so I don't know if it's a really bad word that YouTube has a problem with. But I don't know. Let's see if I get a strike or anything, an email saying that I curse. I think I cursed a couple of times before, and I never got in trouble for it. I never said anything really bad, okay? I never said anything really bad. I don't think peeing is a bad word. If I get a strike because of that. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, if you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Time is out. See you guys tomorrow for NXT results, and we could hear from Ricky Saints and why he didn't attack Javon Evans, but he made sure that Javon Evans can't win the championship. Ladies and gentlemen, we heard that the next 2 weeks the WWE is going to be taped because the holidays. They do this every time. They did it for Thanksgiving. It was taped. So you will see a lot of spoilers. I will see it. I will still watch the show to do the video. But yeah, it will be taped until maybe the end of New Year's. Because everybody wants to be with their families. And Triple H is going to let that happen. So next week's show is going to be taped. SmackDown's going to be taped. I believe NXT is going to be taped. And the other week as well will be taped, I believe, until New Year's. I believe so. I believe until New Year's. But that's all me today. Time is out. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.